Alright, losers. So here's what we got. Like I said, you're going to fill out the Unit 2 project planner today while I am gone, so be good. Um, Reminder, I shouldn't have to say this 30,000 times, but you're going to choose one of these four. You're either going to do the Flappy Bird version game, Halloween, right? The Halloween version. You're going to do a maze game, Halloween version, or Pong, right? And I'm literally giving you ideas. Like for the Pong one, you can use a skull or a pumpkin instead of a ball. Like you have to make minor changes. I'm not asking you to do the most. And I literally gave you the links to the game, so if you could just recreate what's there or even remix it, you'll be fine. Anywho, if you're going to do a custom game, remember, please message me directly so that I can clear that, because I don't want y'all doing like 30 different sprites and getting like overwhelmed. Okay. Requirements for the game are there. I'm not going to go over that. I started filling out these questions. So obviously you got to play my game. You got to see like how I got y'all. So what game am I doing? I'm creating a game that's similar to Duck Hunter, but it involves ghosts. What are you going to call your game? I'm going to call it the Ghostly Frog Mage game. Was it the best title in the world? No, but it was also like 3 a.m. and I was exhausted. As far as what sprites I'm using, I will be using, 4 ghost sprites, which is what I used, and 2 frog sprites, or frog wizard sprites, whatever. Constraints are that my ghosts like bounce off the border. Also, if you click on a ghost, you get a point. And if you click on the frog, frog, you lose a life. Okay? So the objective of the game is to get the most points without running out of lives. Simple, straightforward, done. Alrighty. How will the player know that they have won? So when the player reaches, I think I set it to 25 points, there will be a screen that says winner, and then when the player hits 0 lives, there will be a screen that says game over, and then all of the sprites will freeze. Okay, so as far as what your sprites are doing, I'm just going to be very general because I don't want to sit here and type out what I had every single one doing. I had some ghosts who floated to random locations. I had some ghosts who spun around the screen, and I also had a ghost who randomly appeared. Just oop. My frog sprite randomly appears, but is on a delay. So I was trying to give y'all like time to actually click on the frog, because if you notice, the ghosts move faster than the frog. Okay, so what controls are you using in the game? You're actually only using just your mouse. So using the mouse to click. This is for my game, not yours. Please don't give me the answers that I just put up here. Y'all. Okay, are there events that trigger certain sprites? Does reaching 10 points make the game harder? That's what I did. Does it add more bad guys, more balls, etc.? Okay, so in this case, yes, there are events that trigger certain sprites. When you hit 10 points, the frogs double, and the ghosts move faster. What I should have done was made the frogs smaller. Okay, so we're pretending that like I haven't built the game yet. First thing I'm going to work on is adding my sprites and making them move. That's the basics. Challenge or issue that I expect to run into when I'm building the game, trying to make sure that my ghosts all do different things and don't overlap. Because you don't want all the ghosts to move to the same location. Like, because then people can anticipate it, which is why I randomized it. Okay, so when you're building it, so again, we're pretending that I started to like do it. So as you're building, what's a problem that I ran into? Well, one of the problems that I ran into was that sometimes when you click on a ghost, it would give you a point. So how did I solve it? I solved it by adding an if-then block for every single ghost and checking it after each block was added. Okay? Done. And when it says, what are 2 things that you accomplished as you're building that make you feel as though you are prepared to share this game? Well, one of the 2 things that I accomplished was I made my game over screen, and I also added some background music, right? That was a really intense, like, cool. So as for the test, so when I was testing out my game, bug or issue that I ran into was I wasn't able to get my sprites to stop when the lives ran out. This is real. So like I may be pretending to fill this out, but these are real problems I ran into. And my plan for fixing it is trying to make an action where if the lives are 0, then maybe the screen, when it changes, stops all the sprites. That's eventually what I did, and it worked. So when it says how many folks tested my game, I actually sent this to 7 different people. I sent it to Mr. Riefenstahl and the 8th grade team and a couple other folks. So some folks said that the ghosts move too fast. Some people said that the frog, whenever they clicked on it, didn't actually cause them to lose any lives. That was a weird... I ended up having to make it so that like if it touches a certain color, then it would do that. Okay, so how am I planning to incorporate this feedback? So I slowed down the ghosts. So instead of making it like 0.5 seconds or 0.75 seconds, I made it like 1.1. And then I will go back and check to see what the frog problem is. Okay, and then when I finalize stuff, it says looking at your project as you wrap up, what are the finishing touches that I'm adding? One of the finishing touches that I added was the start screen, where it gave you the directions and everything. And I also started adding, what was it? The winner screen and trigger buttons. So have you done a full run through to make sure that your game works the way it's supposed to? Did you catch anything else that needed fixing? I did catch something that needed fixing. So and I didn't fix it. I'm naming that. So my sprites would freeze, right? And block some of the directions when you restart the game. Haven't fixed that yet. How did the current version of my game differ? So I think the current version is a lot slower, for sure. But also has more intense and random functions. Okay, and then it says provide a screenshot, and then you'll be done. So I'm going to go to my thingamajigger. Here it is. My ghostly frog mage game. I'm just going to go ahead and hit start. Boop. Screenshot. Ta-da. Go over here and done. And that is it. Alrighty. Good luck, y'all.